Hey guys, what's up? Pastor Jay here. I'm so excited that you're taking the time to check out this video. One of the things that we offer at Firehouse is through our church management software, Breeze, is the opportunity to have individual access into your profile, which you can update your picture, you can look at your contributions, you can check out events, you can look into when you're scheduled to volunteer, all those things through individual access. One of the things that we want to do is we want our guest services to be informed and have the know-how to help people set up these individual accounts. And that's what this video is about. It's about all our guest services volunteers knowing how to set up an account for someone through Breeze. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video, and I'm going to kind of show you a few steps that you can take to help someone set up their account through Breeze. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is, if this already hasn't been done on whatever device that you're on or helping people with, not their own device, but a device provided by the church, you need to go to firehousechurch.breezechms.com, or if there's a tablet, there may be an app, and you'll log in to the app, or when you go to firehousechurch.breezechms.com, there'll be a login space. You put in the username and password that's provided for guest services that is located in the desk. Get plugged in. Once you go there and you log in, this is the screen, or a similar screen, that it should go to. Now, there are a few ways that we can add people. And the first way and the easiest way is, if they're already in our system, you'll go over to the More tab here. You'll click down. You'll go down to Users and Roles. And once you go down to Users and Roles, there's this right here. The first and easiest option, if they're already in our system, you'll go ahead and click Members. And then you will just go down and click Invite if they have an email provided with their account. And then it will email them the necessary information that they need to set up an account. That's the easiest way. But sometimes, maybe they don't have an account, or the other way that we could do this is we could go back to the user screen, go over here to Add User. We click Add User. On this role, we want to make sure that this is set to member. We want to make sure that's set to member. Then we can go ahead and type a username and password for them and create an account here. So let's just create an account just for example. We would type Jane. Let's do Jane Doe. So I'm going to do Jane as the username and put in a password here. And then we're just going to say Jane Doe. And I'm just going to put my personal email address here, and then it'll say email, username, and password. So we'll do that. That'll send them an email. Now, right here is the profile that it will link to. So, depending on if they're already in the system. If they're not in the system, then what we need to do is we need to create them in our system, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But you would put that here, and you would hit Create User. So once you hit Create User, we can go down. We can see that Jane Doe is now here in our system and has an individual account, but they're not linked to a profile because there's not a profile in the system for them. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this for right now. If you mess up, you just go over here and you click on the little X button. So if they don't have, if they're not already in our system, then you can go ahead and set them up in a system. So you're going to want to go to People. Once you go to People, there's a box over here that says Add Person. We're going to add person. And then this is where you would go in and say Jane Doe, female, and you can go on and down and put the rest of this information. The mobile numbers, kind of important, the email, and the street address. Those are the main things that we would probably need for their account. But it's important. The email is really important if they want to have an individual access account. So we're going to do that, and we're going to add person. and now they're added in. Now let's go back over to users and roles, and I'll show you what it looks like when they're already in the system. So now we want to add user. So we're going to do Jane. Remember, we want this to be member. We're just going to Jane Doe, and we're just going to put in my email address here. Now what's going to happen is when I click this and I click here, or excuse me, when I go to my profile, I can type in Jane and see Jane Doe is there, so we'll click that. So what this is going to do is automatically link the profile to the user that we're creating. And so now we could go there, and there's a member created. Now I'm going to just go ahead and delete this. Now the other way is you could go over to members, and back where we put in the information to create a person, if we would have put in an email, we could have just hit invite here and it would have sent them an email to create login information. One more thing before we get off of here I want to show you is I want to go back to, let's just go find Jane Doe here. To keep our system organized, you know, there's things that we can edit. We can edit family. So let's say Jane Doe's husband, John Doe, you know, we can add a family member. You can create person or use an existing person that's already on our system. Well, John Doe's not on our system, so we would create that. Then you go through the same thing here. You would type in John Doe, you would click mail, you would create the rest of the information, as you can see here, and add to family. And then we could see John Doe is assigned as head of household. Click Jane Doe as a spouse, and we could save that information. And same thing with kids and all that, that will be added in as well. So hopefully this helps give you a little bit of insight in how to use Breeze, how to set up an account. You can watch this again if you need to go back and kind of catch those highlights of what we did. It's not too awfully difficult, but hopefully just over time and repetition, you will be able to help people set up their own accounts and whatnot. I hope you found this helpful. Again, thank you for serving at Firehouse Church. God bless you.